I'm Çağatay Tunaskan. I'm coming from Turkey, born in Bursa but raised in Istanbul. I'm an artist and I studied in Sabancı University. I believe it's one of the best in our branch in Istanbul. My department was called Visual Arts and Visual Communication Designs. I get my bachelor degree there, hence my first master's degree in arts also. And actually also I worked there as a research assistant, and in total I think I spent more than 10 years there, so it's a big part of my life. Yeah, I'm kind of confused, yeah, because of many things, It happens when you change whole your environment. Your views can change because you start from a blank page. You have to, review all your ideologies, all your experiences and everything pretty much. But it's not that hard. Of course, I'm a little bit confused, but mostly caused by words because we are thinking with our languages, and when I speak, I think both in Turkish and English at the same time. So, the concepts can be mixed and it becomes confusing, of course. It is nearly impossible to become an established artist back in Turkey, especially after 2013, which is the year Gezi events. The huge protests against our government took place. The economical, situation in Turkey started to go bad. Within years, many galleries closed and people, stopped buying art because, when there's an economical crisis, the first market that is affected is art market because it is considered luxury. Actually, it is luxury. So I decided to move abroad and learn some crafts. So I decided to come here to UK. When I was in Istanbul, my self-confidence and let's say my ego was much stronger. I was working in academia, I was helping other departments to prepare experiments, especially I was working with the psychology department. Then after all those, so-called quality jobs, I started to deliver packages or deliver food, which is frustrating. Psychologically, it was hard because it reminds you the things that you lost actually. Before I come here to Northeast, I also applied for Edinburgh College of Arts for their glass program, and when I come here to check the facilities of those both programs, I was talking with instructors as a colleague instead of a student because I wasn't a student anymore. But in time, things change. Something deep inside me says that, you are still a student, you are not an established artist, you have to start from the very beginning and you have to create a new network, you have to start selling yourself as an established, well-educated artist. It worries me, to start everything over again from scratch, because I remember when I first come to University of Sunderland, I was talking like I'm a well-established artist, and now I don't feel like that. I feel like a second-year art student again after many years, which is weird, which is so weird. I didn't expect that life in here will be that hard. Everything is easy, it seems easy actually, but there are problems that we never expected to face. For example, when we first open this place, we need to get a proper bank account for our business, and we have to register our business, which is like, of course, it's normal because every country has this kind of stuff. But in here, I observed that things take a lot of time. I believe socializing in here is much harder for many reasons, because I haven't grown up in here, so I don't have any childhood friends. I don't spend much time in pubs in here because I don't have time. I have to work most of the time. Hence, if I spend much time there, I have to spend a lot of money. You know, before I come here, I didn't realize that cultural differences may affect people's life that much. Okay, for example, because my actions were so warm and welcoming when I first come in here, some of my friends thought that I was flirting with them. Actually, I wasn't. And like, they didn't told me. They didn't tell me that. So miscommunication is the key in here, because like, it's weird when I say miscommunication is the key, but it's the key of my mistakes, literally. Like, in order to make mistakes like I did, you have to, you know, make out of miscommunication and don't realize that was a miscommunication and observe the results. When I tell people that I'm coming from Turkey, I observe similar reactions, because I realize they don't know anything about Turkey. They don't know anything. They know, you know, vacation places. They know that it's a Muslim country, so they act like it. Sometimes they act like Turkey is like Saudi Arabia. I find it really funny. Last night we went out and like it was really fun, and like because it's Halloween, you know, people are writing things to each other's foreheads, and you know, all the British locals have, you know, things like "kiss me" or I don't know, like gel stuff, but on my forehead they were writing, and it says shish kebab, and like it was really funny. I love it, to be honest. As I told you, I want to, you know, continue producing artworks, but I also love teaching. So I checked many places, many schools or universities that I can work there, because I worked in a university back in Istanbul and I loved it. I used to, you know, have a decent amount of salary back in Turkey, but in here I don't have. I even worked for Deliveroo for a year. I started to teach for free, so I'm giving some workshops in here about modeling with wax or art psychology or sculpting. So for now it's for enjoying, basically. It's not for earning money, because it's a different way of socializing. I don't have to go to pub and drink to socialize.
Let her do it. She will learn in her way.
No, this is great.
But I'm not sure it will be fine to live in here, because I observed that, you know, all this Brexit nonsense, you know, divided the society, because my society, let's say, back in Turkey is already divided, and like it all started like this with some nonsense. There was this guy, my flatmate back in Sunderland, and he was local, and he also knew a lot about politics. He always acts like he's coming from a superior society. He can say anything about other cultures, but when it comes to criticizing this very culture or the history of British Empire,
he always, stops me. You say this because you are coming from Turkey. You say that because, you are not open-minded. And he ends the conversation. Bam. Come on, nobody is pure. Nobody is perfect. Like, they're perfect. Nobody. I mean, like, we need to remind that they're not perfect. We are not imperfect. Nobody is perfect. We are just human beings. That's all. We don't have to, follow these, notions that we are the best and the rest is like rest.